Alright guys, my Swift springs are finally here and I got the car up on jack stands already. If you guys don't know, the easiest way to jack up the car is to put a little plank of wood and then you go right here where the subframe is. I can't point because I can't reach. And your jack stands go right there on the railing. There's a little notch right there that actually shows you. You can also jack it up from there too, one side at a time, but this is easier. Here's the ABS plug. I'll show you guys. So you pop this cap off, and then there's this little retainer clip on there that is holding both pieces together. And you want to just stick a flathead screwdriver on these little pieces here to split it. And then this just pulls off. So I thought there was a clip in there holding it in, but the only thing that holds it together is this piece here. All right, so here's the first cap. And if you're curious, on the inside it says front left on it, so you don't get it mixed up. Not that you would, because they only go one way, but so here is the shock with the sensor sticking out of it. I had to take the brace that was there off. I'm doing one side at a time in case I get mixed up with something. I can always reference the other side. Plus, I don't want a bunch of bolts and stuff laying around. Do be careful when you take these off, because I had one fall in the back here and it just got caught by the transmission where I could see it, and I got it with the magnet. But these on top here were super tight, so I'm using an impact, so it makes things kind of nice, but I like to loosen some of this stuff up by hand if I can. Clean some of this stuff up a little bit, but we'll see how hard it is to get the bottom off. All right guys, so I got the first one out kind of by accident, so I'm gonna tell you guys kind of what happened. So I was gonna take this off and I didn't have to. I'm gonna have to show you on the other side, but what I did was I applied pressure here down enough to wedge out the bottom of the shock, and then it slid out. There's a spring side by side. Swifts look a little bit thinner than the OEM ones. All right, so here's a little dilemma that I ran into. I need to get this top plate off. So to do that, you put a wrench here, which is a 10 millimeter. Where's it at? That'll keep that from moving, and then you get a wrench down there, which is a 17. I'm gonna use this guy here, drop it in there, loosen it up. But to do that, I need to get this through the sensor. And this little clip here will actually let me remove the housing to be able to do that. So I'm gonna do that right now. All right, so I used the pick to lift right here, and then it slid right off. Get this in here to loosen this up. All right, it's finally loose, so see that there. It's such a slow, painful process. All right, real quick, if you guys don't have a 17 millimeter offset wrench, you will not be able to get this top plate off. There's just no way to do it. I tried with a couple different wrenches, and this is pretty much the only tool that would work after taking the plastic clip off of this. So just a warning for you guys doing it on your own. Wow, look at that. There we go. So now that this is off, springs can come off. There goes the OEM springs. And comes the Swift springs. All right, got the first one in. God, what a pain in the ass. Got all this put back together. The second one went a lot faster. I just gotta finish tightening this brake line and this main bolt here, and then I can put the wheel on and see how she sits. And then I'm gonna do the rear tomorrow because we're in that daylight. What's up, guys? All right, we're at my parents' garage. We're about to do the rear coilovers. Almost ate shit. That's how it's sitting right now. Hopefully it's easier than the front, because the front was kind of a pain in the ass. All right, got the rear jacked up. Even though I have the jack stands on there, I don't like how close to the front the jack stands are, so I'm leaving the jack up here as well with a little bit of pressure, and that'll give me some peace of mind. So let's get these wheels off. All right, so here's the plan to remove this. I gotta unbolt this sway bar link right here, the shock through bolt here, and this bolt here, and also this one, and that'll let me drop this way and relieve tension on the spring, and so that it doesn't fly towards me. When I do that, I gotta jack this up and then slowly relieve pressure with the jack when I'm done. So that's the plan. Let's see if it works. Fuck. All right, there's the rear spring, the Swift next to the OEM, and the coiled part right here goes towards the bottom, so you want it sitting like so. You'll notice that this one's the same all the way through, but all right, let's see how much of a pain it is to get this back up. So what I said did work out that way. Remove the sway link and everything connected to this bottom section so that I could relieve pressure from it. So hopefully we can get it back in easier than it came out. I finally got everything back in, and I needed a second person to help me leverage some of this stuff out. So it just wasn't lining up for me. So we'll see how hard the other side is, but I ended up having to use some pry bars, the jack. My stepdad helped me, and so yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do this part by myself. Let's see how much of a pain the other side is. I almost forgot about this little guy here. There we go. All right, now everything's in. So I just gotta torque this side down, put the tire on, and one side down, one to go. Alright, taking off this part was way faster than the passenger side. Trying to get this to line up. It's almost there. This is the hard one here. There we go. So, use one of these things. Actually, I'll use this one. Alright, last part to go in. It's this guy here. I don't think I'll need the jack for that. I need to pry it just a hair. There we go. Alright, so one of the concerns of lowering your car with springs is your shocks leaking. So I went ahead and cleaned these off pretty good. That way I can keep an eye on them, see if any fluids or residue comes out over time. So I'll be posting a long-term review on these once I have some mileage through.